herdsmen terrorism is not peculiar to Benue State. Indeed, it is pervasive throughout Nigeria. It may be worse in some areas than others, but I wish I knew which area of Nigeria is not affected by herdsmen terrorism. Benue State is certainly one of the worst hit by herdsmen terrorism. Apparently, because of ethnic, religious, political reasons. Because throughout the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari, 2015 to 2023, Benue State has been a weeping child in the hands of the herdsmen terrorists that will organize night attack when people are sleeping. Will visit the village and kill and set ablaze, sack entire villages. As I said, it's not peculiar to Benue State, but Benue State is one of the worst hit. I have been so rendered that I did not know what to say about the latest development whereby about 200 people are said to have been killed, set ablaze, in confinements and all of that. But when somebody accused the governor, Reverend Father Governor Hyacinth Aliyah, of not supporting self-defense, but rather invoking God to avenge those affected, those who lost entire families to the irate of the herdsmen terrorists. You could see scars of people burnt into ashes, human beings burnt into ashes. Those killed, those maimed, and so on. But like Governor Aliyah, I've never bought the idea of self-defense. And I think the idea of self-defense in this regard was first suggested by the retired Lieutenant General Theophilus Danjuma. It looks a fanciful idea, but it's just a slogan. It's based on emotion and sentiment rather than on hard reasoning. Because for a retired Lieutenant General, an experienced one at that, former defense minister of Nigeria, apart from being a war veteran. So he was thinking of himself when he spoke of self-defense and not thinking of the ordinary man and woman on the street who have neither the experience nor the military wherewithal for self-defense. So what does self-defense mean? We have to put the whole issue squarely at the doorstep of government. And it is either the government is responsible or irresponsible, period. And if the government is not responsible, the people should mobilize and change the government. Instead, people are trooping into the All Progressives Congress that has been ruling since 2015. No security, no economic buoyancy, rather worsening mass abject poverty since 2015 till date. Always promising light at the end of the tunnel, but the tunnel is like endless tunnel. And more than 12 years since the promises, Nigeria is still very far from the end of the tunnel. So, Governor Aliyah, if he were more sincere than other politicians, would have blamed government, but rather he put the case at the doorstep of God. God will avenge. That means that we have no responsible government. It is rather than eating, you say God will feed you. There is no difference. Putting the herdsmen terrorism at God's own step, when we have a government, is the same as rather than eating, you ask God to feed you. Rather than taking medicine, you say God will heal you miraculously. And we have always told people who say they can heal people miraculously to go to the hospitals and perform miracles for those in hospitals. So nobody wants to blame the government. Politicians want to troop into the winning party, not minding how they win. So that is the issue. Governor Aliyah, Reverend Father Governor Aliyah, is a politician like any other politician. And it seems possible for our rulers to put a tiger and a goat in the same cage and expect them to live in peace and harmony. That is what it means when you allow grazing of cattle in agrarian fields. And nothing is being done to say create gardens for your animals. Feed your animals in garden or sell them out to those who can create gardens. We have people with gardens. Buhari himself showed us his garden, a large area where he's rearing his cattle, but the same ruler, Buhari, did not see any reason to compel others to create gardens for their animals like himself. And Tinubu has vowed to continue the policies of Muhammadu Buhari, Umaru Musa Yaradua, Goodluck Ebele, Azikiwe Jonathan. These are the same people who imposed the war against Boko Haram on Nigeria, imposed herdsmen terrorism on Nigeria, and started to claim fuel subsidy. And saying indeed that fuel subsidy is gone. All other subsidies are gone. So nothing left for Nigerians to enjoy in gratitude to God who endowed this nation with abundance of petroleum. And our politicians just deceiving us. So rather than decamping from the APC for failure, security failure, economic failure, Nigerian politicians are trooping into it. But I'm asking, the coalition, what does it have for Nigerians? What manifesto are they putting together regarding herdsmen terrorism, war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, and the fraudulent fuel subsidy claim It's a scam. You see it. There is no such thing. Nigeria is living on fuel money, so you have nowhere to get money to subsidize fuel for Nigeria. You are not subsidizing anything. It's just misrule, extortion, looting of Nigeria's wealth, because you say subsidies are gone and you replace subsidies with fraudulent palliative schemes. Schemes that nobody will ever ask you to account. You even claim to be transferring funds to indigent households. All these are enough for armed banditry to thrive, kidnapping to thrive, terrorism to thrive, because they are all terrorism. Armed banditry, kidnapping are products of terrorism, and the terrorism should be put at the doorstep of Nigeria's rulers, claiming subsidies and removing subsidies from basic necessities of life to subsidize pilgrimages, despite the constitution prohibiting state religion in any part of Nigeria. That's the constitution. But deliberately imposing religion, Christianity and Islam on Nigeria. That is where we find ourselves. Against the constitution. And these people swore by Quran and Bible. But let us come to our senses and ask how somebody can swear with a book and expect it to take effect. So even when you swear in the name of God, God is a silent judge. He may not do anything until his own time. And when do we know his own time will come? He has given us what it takes to be responsible, to take responsibility for ourselves. He has provided us the wherewithal to work for our needs, but we are denied by our rulers. It is haram, everywhere you turn, haram. And yet the only thing they don't want to hear is that it's Boko Haram. That is a reality in Nigeria, up to the leadership of the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities extorting a percentage of each ASU members' monthly salary and getting fraudulent end academic allowance to stall implementation, regular increment of salaries for the academic staff. That is the extent Nigeria is corrupt. So, and if how you can put kerosene, how you can put petrol and fire in the same keg and expect peace, tiger and goat in the same cage and expect peace, because that's what it means to allow grazing of cattle in agrarian fields rather than creating gardens for such, as Muhammadu Buhari did, but never saw any reason why he should ask other cattle rearers to create gardens for their cattle, feed them in the gardens, take care of them away from sun and harsh weather, even for the health of the animals. Because when you see most of these animals, they are not even, they may be healthy, but they are definitely skeletal, because they are not well taken care of, and they roam in sun and rain together with those taking care of them. So how is that good even for human and animal health? But it's as if this grazing of cattle in agrarian field is deliberate. It has ulterior motive beyond shortage or beyond the weather conditions, to rid people of their lands. So I think it doesn't make sense to be rearing animals in agrarian fields, but they are using it politically. It's a political tool in the hands of the Fulani imperialists. That's the fact of the case. And now they have supporters all over Nigeria, including Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Charles Oludo, and others in Igbo land. Many from Labour Party and other parties are decamping into the All Progressives Congress, despite the situation of Nigeria. Where do we go from here? That's the question. It's not about self-defense. Self-defense is not feasible because common people don't have what it takes to defend themselves. If the government is not responsible, we change the government. That's the way to go. And not even to be invoking God, God will avenge. Oh my God. So what is the responsibility of a government? You would have thought that the first responsibility of government is security. And so the president is the chief commander of Nigeria's armed forces to confront any security challenge. But it's not happening. You are now telling us to turn to God, or you are saying God is the one that will take care of it. No. This is unbecoming of an intellectual, of anybody with small brain.